Hello everyone and welcome back to Tales of Vesperia with Chaos Counseling. So I have the next 3 days off at work for personal reasons. So I kind of decided, you know what? Let's do a bonus stream this morning because I have a couple hours to fill. Just to recap, last time we what's his name? We're chasing after the leader of the Blood Alliance. Got arrested. We teamed up with Judy, Judith. She's the woman who was riding the dragon around. And Flynn joined the party temporarily. So yeah, now we just need to fight our way to the top of this structure. And yeah.
You think we might cut down on the battles a bit? This old man can't take it for much longer.
Yeah, no one cares.
We haven't been fighting any more than usual.
Yeah, but keeping up with your youthful pace is killing me.
Perhaps we should go with the pace of someone older and slower?
Who are you calling older and slower?
Technically, you
Don't
are,
worry.
Raven.
You're still young and full of life.
Ah, yes. I'm glad you understand me at least, Judith, honey.
He was the one who called himself an old man.
Agreed.
Cut him some slack, Carol. People his age get sensitive about these things.
Anyway, let's actually properly look around. Oh, wait, no, I think I did fully look around this first. Maybe? No, wait, right. That's the thing that I did to, like, supercharge the Sorcerer's Ring. That's wait, hold on. Did I actually, like, I know I came in here and there was a cutscene, but okay, yeah, I did come in here and was able to walk around. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Okay, let's do some proper exploration of the second floor, though, at the very least. Oh dear. I'm getting mugged.
Together now.
Alright, Judy, Flynn, start. Heck. Besides using a sword and shield, it's like, okay, like, look. Flynn seems to have a lot of the same arts that Lloyd does. Yeah, he just learned Beast, he just learned... Yeah, again, he learned Rising Falcon. Those are all moves that Lloyd could use. That's not... Oh, now he just learned Sword Ring. For the record, that's not actually...
Into next week.
Despite me having some complaints about how often the Tales series reuses ideas and whatnot, just reusing arts and whatnot, that's not something I have a legit complaint about, because... I don't know. Personally, I'm not bothered by that sort of thing.
Man, could you be any weaker? Let's just get it over with.
Not bad.
I don't remember. So, we now have access to higher level, like, we can now... So now we have 2 when it comes to the overlimit meter. I don't remember if that will, like, just instantly translate into, like, a more powerful art that I can pull off, or if I have to unlock a more powerful mystic art, or whatever. Burst art, I don't think it's called a mystic art in this game, because complex. Consistency, what's that? Okay, here, we use way too much TP, man. I really wish I could figure out how to turn the auto items off. Stop it. Rita needs the gels because she's entirely based on the art she uses. You are technically, a physical
I can't
fighter.
believe I made that kind of mistake. I should have moved right then. Damn it!
Somebody shut this old man up. What mistake did you make?
Oh, you sweet girl. Thank you for listening. If I just met that Critty and Hottie before Yuri, the two of us would be off together just...
Whoa! Go easy on him, Rita.
You got a problem?
I guess the old man couldn't care less about me.
Well, I'm glad you weren't hurt, Yuri.
Thanks.
Sorry guys, give me a second. Abby needs help with something real quick. I'll be right back. Thank you for your patience. We are back. Yeah. Nothing serious. She just couldn't find something and needed some help. I have nothing really further to add. It's just simple as that. She just needed me help. She needs help finding something. Yeah, we got something important later today, but like I said, I've got some time to kill, so it's streaming time for us. So I know there's absolutely nothing wrong with the spear Judith is using, but for whatever reason, that like this first spear she gets always just looks weird compared to the weapons that literally every other character is using. Despite the fact that it's a perfectly normal. Then again, that might be the problem because it is such a perfectly normal weapon.
Is he also a member of your party?
Yeah, he doesn't get along too well with people, though. Don't let it get to you.
I'm Judith. Nice to meet you. Hey, why is he letting Judith pet him?
Maybe the little pup's a fan of pretty girls.
But I'm a pretty girl too! My. Why doesn't he like me?
I lost my train of thought. Sorry about that, guys. Battlesuit. Actually, Yuri learned a new skill. Yeah, so it's time to switch to a new weapon. But I think because it is such... I think the thing is because it's such a normal-looking spear, it looks out of place with a lot more of these more stylized weapons that the game has to offer, you know? Or I could be talking out of my ass, and no one else has a problem with this. It's like, dude, Luke, you're taking this way, way, way too seriously. Actually start worrying about things that truly matter and issues that people may or may not find sorry, I'm trailing off and I don't mean to. I apologize. Okay, I guess if I'd actually stopped to read what it said on the inside when it said it was locked, my brain just automatically assumed like, oh, it's locked from the outside or whatever. I would have read that it said it's locked by some force. I didn't know that it was Star Wars time because it's locked by the Force. Rivet belt. Actually, I'm curious about something. Sorry, we're actually going to do a little detour real quick, because, I mean, if it'll let us leave this area, because I want to check something, actually. I'm a little surprised it let me leave.
Flynn, didn't you come here with Sodia?
I did. Sodia and the others are busy arresting and taking Rago away, so I'm on my own.
Should a lieutenant leave his subordinates when they have a duty like that?
Well, I mean,
It's
that
very much in
Schwann
Flynn's style.
guy
Barbos rules
is
based
never
on the
actually
laws
with
of the
his
Empire.
men.
It is the Knight's duty to arrest those who break the law. I can't leave you and the others to do as you would, Yuri.
You need an excuse to do everything, don't you?
That's what it means to be an Imperial Knight.
I seem to vaguely remember there's like a potential cutscene we can get by going back to Dawnrest
Here we go!
before we beat, before we catch, Barbados? The bad guy.
Angel Ring! Crescent Moon! I just can't hold back!
Good for you, Judy. Good for you. Just realized there's not an entrance to Dawnrest on the land side of things. You have to go through the bridge. I don't really have too much to add to that. It's an interesting architectural decision, to say the very least. Yeah, I got plenty of those swords. Thank you, anyway. Right, we also got some. Okay. Cool. Everyone was well and truly properly defended, so they're ready to be punched in the kisser.
Need a gel or anything?
My thanks, but you needn't worry about me. Focus on your surroundings instead. You never know where a foe might be hiding.
Oh, yeah. I'll pay more attention.
Why so stiff?
It's kind of awkward, huh?
Flynn and Carol are perfect ladies, though.
I'm not around nights all the time, so I get nervous.
Just think of me as someone watching your back.
All right, thanks.
Judy was nervous?
Judy, I would not be super comfortable with the idea of a guy watching your back in particular, because, I mean, I know you're super comfortable in your body and whatnot, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're asking for people to be voyeuristic, if you know what I mean. Which I'm sure you do. I'm sure most women know what I mean better than I do. I mean, I guess maybe they got to haul Rago off to like an Imperial prison, but you think, given just all the hullabaloo going on right this second, they'd want to throw Ragu behind, not Ragu, Rago. Fuck it, I'm calling him Ragu. Behind the closest set of bars you could find, you know? Okay, maybe I don't. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. I may have just wasted all of our time, guys. I'd apologize, but I kind of think you're used to that at this point. Since I'm very bad at getting to the point. Stay at the end cutscene? Maybe? Nope, this was a colossal waste of time. Still trying to figure out exactly what like that big chain even is, because I don't remember it being brought up in the game. It could be, but I'm like, is that just like an aesthetic choice, or is it meant to serve some other purpose? I don't know, maybe it's brought up in a side quest that I just never did or never got to, because I really don't remember it ever being explained. So it's like, so is it just an aesthetic choice? I mean, if it is just an aesthetic choice, that's fine. I don't outright have a problem with things being done purely for the sake of it looks cool, but I also don't fully grasp the symbolism behind it, if you know what I mean. Because I think that's kind of the big one for me, is that it's like, I don't mind something being cool for the sake of being cool, but if it's such a visually striking thing like that, I'm like, it's gonna raise some questions for me, you know? Oh no! I'm going into the climax of The Great Mouse Detective.
Guess we can do this.
You know, I'm actually surprised Yuri doesn't fight with a sword and shield too, since I know he was only a member of the Knights for a few short months, but he would have gone through training too before he quit the Knights itself. So you think he would have been trained on that sort of thing. Then again, maybe him not using a sword is meant to be like a deliberate act of defiance against the Knights.
The gear's stopped. It looks like it's not moving because the gear's teeth are out of alignment. I think it might move if we put some energy into it.
Well, we needn't waste energy on moving strange gear.
Which means all the more reason we should do it. See, this is why Carol is smart and you are not, Yuri.
So you use a spear too.
Oh, do you know someone who also uses a spear?
Herp, herp, herp.
Well, not quite. It just reminds me of some jerk.
You don't say.
Are you talking about that dragon rider?
Yeah. Hey, don't you have something you need to tell me?
What? Me?
Yes. So where is the dragon freak now?
We got separated up on the roof. I'm pretty sure he wasn't too badly hurt.
Good, because I can't very well beat him up if he's already injured.
Whoa, whoa. That's the whole reason you came here?
No! I also can't forgive this Barbos guy for what he did, abusing Blastia like that. Has he no shame?
That's no reason to bring the princess along with you to a dangerous place like this. Flynn, why didn't you stop her?
My apologies. We must have missed each other in Domgrest.
So that's why she panicked and chased after you?
It's not Rita or Flynn's fault. I decided to come here myself. I couldn't let you go all by yourself.
Technically, you could.
Besides, I can't watch bad people doing harm to others and simply let it happen.
I agree. Very well said.
Your Highness.
Captain Carroll, don't let me down. I'm counting on your skills.
Yes, of course. Come on, let's go take that jerk to school.
I'm sorry, but would you mind keeping your background to yourself? We've got someone who might kind of explode if she knew.
Sure, I understand. That'll be best for both of our interests.
Yep, keep secrets from... Okay, I kid, but I actually think Yuri is probably right in this situation, because we're in a dangerous place, fighting a dangerous opponent. We kind of need everyone to be... have a unified front now. Having Rita explode right now would not be in everyone's best interest. Excuse me, guys. I slept in today, and I'm still a little tired.
Ooh, nice moves. Oh, Silver Light. Angel Ring.
Sorry for being so strong. This power will make me stronger.
I'm sorry, but that's a really bad taunt. Sorry being strong or whatever. Conceptually, I get what the game is going for, but it's bad. It's stupid. Maybe it's because, like, the way that Judith's actress delivered it was just a little stilted or whatever, but it wasn't that good of a line. Again, I'm trying to not be too harsh on the voice actors here, because it's not always their fault. Sometimes it's the way they're directed. Plus,
We have a great opening now.
voice acting is still, to this day, not something that's properly taken seriously in America. Hell, we have so many instances where voice acting jobs are going to celebrities rather than professional voice actors, simply because, well, people know this person, so if we crowbar them into a voice acting role that they're in no way, shape, or form qualified for, because voice acting is very different than other forms of acting, we might make a quick buck. Cough, 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 Mario movie, cough, 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 DreamWorks movies, cough, 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 every animated film now. Sorry, I choked on my energy. So, depending on how much time I have, I gotta be done by no later than noon my time here, and it's almost 9 my time. But we might... Yeah, how do I put this? We're almost to the point in the game where my praise for it begins to fly out. How do I put this? I've already kind of brought up one of my biggest beefs with this game is kind of how the story progresses. And that's in part due to the fact that, so, like I used as an example in the very first stream, the very second stream, Tales of Symphonia, Tales of Berseria, they give you a goal at the very start of the game. Now, Tales of Berseria doesn't... How do I put it? In Tales of Symphonia, the goal is save the world. You save the world by going to X amount of temples, and supposedly once we're done doing that, the world will be saved. But while we're doing that, the game sets up the next plot twist. So by the time that we actually get to what our original goal was,
Don't get careless.
the rest of the story has been well and truly properly set up. And then it gives us kind of an end goal as well. I mean, granted, the next end goal is we need to save Colette, and we're not 100% sure how to do that. So there's a little walking around of not being sure of yourself, but it works because you're in a brand new world. So even the characters don't know what they're doing. But with this game, our goal from the outset has been, we gotta get the Aqua Glass, which is a perfectly fine goal. I'll be very clear about that. That's not the complaint. The downside is, compared to, say, how Symphonia starts,
There's still a lack of devotion.
or heck, even Abyss starts,
Yes, indeed.
there's not, while we have a goal, we're not 100% sure how we're achieving that.
Your spear fighting is fluid and your footwork is amazing. I love watching you fight, Judith.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Aren't all Critians more of the nerdy, scholarly type? More indoors than outdoors people?
Yuri's anti-book comments aside, is it true that the Critia don't fight in battles?
It seems most of us don't like fighting very much.
So you're an exception?
A weirdo among weirdos, then.
How strange. I've always thought it was normal to fight someone who was threatening you.
Yeah, true.
Really? Is that normal?
Sure, it's normal.
Totally normal.
I see.
But in addition to the story deteriorating a bit from here, or after this, well, we'll get to it.
Don't get sloppy!
But also just to kind of bring up again the whole let's keep Judy's real identity a secret from everybody. It also once again kind of emphasizes the fact that Yuri is perfectly fine keeping important information from his friends just because it suits him, you know? Again, that's not actually, in this circumstance, I'm not using that as an actual criticism against Yuri as a character, because I do think he's probably smart in doing that in this situation. It's just, as the game keeps going, it becomes a habit with him. And he does, if they were building for proper arc, it's one thing, but dude, I just realized Judy and Flynn. Judy and Flynn haven't been getting new art, so I could probably put Rita back in. Since right. Yeah, I don't really have a sense. It's just, I like having Rita in my party. I mean, because, like, when I first played through the game, my go-to party was Yuri, Rita, Raven, and Estelle. Just because Raven could double as a backup healer and a backup damage. But in this version, we got Flynn, who kind of fills both Lloyd, who kind of has moves that are a mashup of Lloyd and Zealous from Symphonia. So he kind of can fill the backup role, healing role, and in my opinion, feel a little better. It's like, I like Judy fine, but her everything is super combo reliant. So if you really, I mean, yes, I know that AI computer could run her better than I could, but then again, I shouldn't say she's not as satisfying a member having the party, because Sheena in Symphonia is kind of a pain in the ass to control too. I don't know, it's just, I like this group. You got the healer, the magic damage dealer, and then a backup healer and then a backup healer and magic or physical damage dealer. And then, of course, the character I play as. Sweet. Speaking of cooking, let's cook something to get some TP back. Bah. Let's punch a bird in the face.
Let's eliminate them.
Violence against animals. I don't approve of this, but I was going to take part in it.
It'll be 100 years before you can beat me.
It looks like this floor is set up the same way as the one below.
So that means we've got some gears to move.
What do you think they're protecting with all these different layers of devices?
Porn, most
Maybe it's
likely.
just their pride as a guild.
No, it's definitely porn. Hey, bugger.
Yeah, easy win.
Okay. I'm assuming those were your sword skills. Oh, no. Your sword skills. Holy cloak, Batman! It's fight time.
Don't let him trip you up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Right as I ran up to that mage, just... Yes, I know this is not Tales Symphonia. I've played plenty of Tales games, so I shouldn't have this. But when I pressed up on the art, you know, I pressed up and then pressed the art button, my brain was like, okay, Tiger Blade time. Like, oh, right. Yuri doesn't know Tiger Blade. It's almost as if I've beaten Tales Symphonia way too many times over the course of my life.
You want revenge? Bring it!
What? How's that work? So by violently destroying a gear and pushing it down on the other gear, like, oh, I've been clocked on the head. I'm a gear that's got a concussion. I'm gonna start spinning right round, baby, right round, like a record, baby, right round, round, round. Also, it's convenient that this place happened to color coordinate all the gears once we stop. You know what that means? Actually, I don't know what that means. I'm going to stop with this joke because I'm worried that Luke was about to say something racist, and unfortunately, I probably technically was. So I'm calling it quits while I'm ahead. You know, I will say that this is definitely one downside with a lot, like, it's not just the Tales series, it's a lot of RPGs, that the combat is not done, how do I put this? Like, in a game, in an adventure game like The Legend of Zelda, the combat is all done in engine, not in engine, in the same space that you're exploring the dungeon. But in an RPG like early Final Fantasy or this game, the fighting is separate, meaning that, you know, there's separate controls in and out of combat. And I think as a result, especially in some older RPGs, and I know this one is not like Stone Age old or anything, but 2006, 2007, so you are a hair more limited on what you can do outside of combat in terms of puzzles and exploration. So, again, I love the Tales series, but I can agree that outside of combat, the games can drag a little bit. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I can see it being a deal breaker for some people, you know? Especially now that we are living in an age where, like, super responsive action games are plentiful and easy to access, you know? So, I was warned away from the Dark Souls games when they were new, like at least the first Dark Souls game. And yeah, I don't think I would have liked it very much. I know I've probably already shared this story, but let's just talk about it again. But I thought, you know what? Dark Souls might be an interesting one to take edgelord through, so I bought, I think it's a remaster of the first one on a PlayStation 4. So I wanted to give it a shot, but I couldn't even get past the tutorial, the first encounter of the game. That is how basic bitch of a gamer I am. It's hard. second I thought, is this one gonna fall as well? Alright, we've topped off Lava Land. There we go. Sorry, I don't know why my brain just blanked on what that was called. I've got a feeling there's going to be one more level of this, just since we haven't encountered a save station yet. Or maybe not. We'll get a save station, because it's a save station, but the energy's flowing freely.
Let's eliminate them. This is power.
Swift and certain. Hey, I learned something.
Oh. Okay. Because for a second I thought, I swear to God, a void attack means it occasionally voids out the damage that I do. I'm like, no thank you, but that's not bad. Well, that was annoying.
This looks easy.
Let us take caution.
This is the priest of innocent waters. Annihilate the vulgar before me. Angel rain. Wrapped up in undefiled purity. Put out your hand.
Smash bow. Hey now, you're a smash bow. Get your game on, go play. Hey now, you're a smash burger. A sacre bleu, so much equipment. We must be potentially nearing the boss fight. Okay. I want to keep that. You can have that. We've been walking up this entire time, and only now do we get the convenience of an elevator? Okay, probably boss time. I say probably.
Yes, stubborn punk.
Chainsaw
Sorry
sword!
to keep you waiting.
Chainsaw sword!
The core in that sword. Is that the core to the Aqua Blastia?
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's gotta be.
These fools don't know when to give up. Cap Nor, Dongrest, and now all the way to Gasferost. I've always hated kids.
And they've always hated you.
Barbos, this has gone on long enough. Save what's left of your honor and give up.
The knights will be here any moment. Any further resistance is futile.
That's right, you're finished.
Oh, this is far from finished.
You can't prove
I put
that.
10 years into building Gasferost's spire, and while it stands, nothing can stop me. And with that man and the Empire wrapped around my finger, I was able to build my magnificent Blastia.
That man?
Again, I do really like the design of this sword.
You think I'm just gonna let you waste the lower quarters core like this?
Oh, it won't go to waste. I'll use this to eliminate Whitehorse, and then I will be leader of the guilds. Then the Empire is next. With this power at my disposal, the very world will be mine. And I'll
Generic
start
villain
with
plan,
you.
though.
Begone, worm!
Is everyone all right?
No, he
Sword
blew
is
up my
gonna be a
pancreas.
Problem? Is that thing even legal?
No, it
He
blew up my
is very
pancreas.
powerful.
The Blastia seems to be working just fine.
Oh no, my gallbladder.
What?
What's wrong?
You haven't won yet.
All right, playtime's over. Time to wipe Dongrest off the map, and you along with it.
Yeah. You.
Get down.
Okay, as much as I don't like this character, this plot element is something I'm actually kind of okay with. And I do think it's kind of interesting. I just... Bye.
What is that?
What happened to not having any time or interest?
Hey, that's...
Rita, never mind that.
Piece of crap.
Looks like the tables have turned,
Right?
Barbos.
So, all that fancy wisdom and the power of the Blastia were nothing but a sham. Should have known from the start that I'd have to depend on my own strength. Take up your sword!
You know, he was so much easier to deal with when he was all drunk on power.
We have very
Yeah,
different
there's
definitions of
nothing
easy to
worse than
deal
an
with.
enlightened
Raven.
idiot.
I am the only man to stand as Whitehorse's equal in battle.
Sure you are.
Now you will know the power of Barbos the Stormblast and his blood, a lion!
Yeah, about that. Did you guys all have yourself tested for HIV, hepatitis,
Little punks,
general stupidity?
you'll rue this. Go on! Get up!
I'm gonna take you thugs down.
You little punks are nothing to me. I'll squash you like bugs. And I'll squash the Union and rule the world.
He'll rule the world, but I'm gonna save the world. Thank you, Phil. I appreciate it. I'm all wet. There we go. Sure we will. Come back here. Some tea back. Wait a second, did he just launch his, like, ball, his, like, mace hand? That's actually kind of clever, I'm not gonna lie. That's a very clever way of using a character with a design like this. I genuinely didn't remember he could do that, and I like that. Props to you, game. We're still not on good terms, but props to you, game. Wait, he's not missing his hand? He just wears that? Is it okay? Okay, I genuinely thought, you know, given kind of like the scar on his eye, we were kind of going for a... I mean, I still think you could argue he does have a bit of a pirate vibe to him. Even though I don't think... I don't... Well, you meet him on a boat at first, and he is a crook. But yeah, I just assumed that he was missing his hand, you know? Oh yeah, I can go over on that. Right, they're called burst arts in this game. No, it seems like it's... At least I haven't gotten a new burst art yet. Yay! Heal me! You know, given the fact that we now know that, you know, it's men have been, excuse me, given the fact that, you know, any sex can be nurses for decades at this point, why aren't we? I would pay for, you know, this nurse move to, you know, go off, and instead of just being, you know, female nurses in cliche sexy nurse outfits, to have like a big butch dude, you know, who's about as muscular as this guy in one of those nurse miniskirts. That would be hilarious.
Stay down.
Should I finish him off?
Yes, please do.
Hey, I learned something.
Finish that?
I've unlocked new strength.
These are the...
Okay, so I think we're gonna lose Flynn as a companion. Yarg.
Your henchmen have run out on you. That's it, Barbos. It looks like you were the fool who didn't know when to give up.
Sick bird, bro.
Perhaps you were right.
Then you'll surrender.
I'm sorry, but when a villain's willing to admit that, that is not the angle they're about to go with.
I won't be humiliated any more than this.
Well, how would you like to be humiliated? I take requests.
Yuri, was it? You remind me of Whitehorse in his youth. You're his spitting image.
I just realized. Between people saying Yuri's like Don Whitehorse and Duke being kind of a opposite of Yuri, I kind of just realized I think Yuri is checking off a lot of Gary Stu vibes. I mean, not that, I mean, yeah, a lot of the Tales characters do check those off. You know, I'm going to retract that as a criticism against Yuri.
Hope you're not saying I'm gonna end up like that old man. Not exactly something to look forward to.
Why? Don Whitehorse is kind of a badass.
Like the Don. Sooner or later, You will make great enemies in this world.
I mean, some people say judge your strength by the strength of your enemies.
And then that world will consume you whole.
Kinky.
Regret, sorrow, and despair will hound you all the way to hell.
Highway to hell. Bye. If it wasn't for the fact that I'm like 99.99999% sure he never shows up again, you do know that that's not a... Someone falling is no longer a surefire way of convincing us that they're dead, because Hollywood has abused that as a massive fake out for God knows how long. Excuse me.
I'm so glad the core is safe.
Wow, the Aqua Blastia core is so small.
It's not the size, it's what you do with
So
it.
we've got your core back. That takes care of one problem.
The other problem is I can't sing.
Yes, but we weren't able to take Barbos into custody.
We got Rago, though.
Yes. That alone is quite regrettable.
What are you talking about? A creep like that is better off... Ow!
Besides, I think it's too early to say anything's been taken care of.
Agreed,
Yeah,
Flynn.
I have to find out if this thing even works anymore.
Blastia cores don't break all that easily.
Unless you stab him with a spear.
Bet you didn't know that, did you, Raven?
Jeez, what is up with that guy? Just showing up whenever he wants.
You're one to talk, Rita.
Takes all kinds, I suppose.
He probably headed back to Dongrist. I'm sure we can find him if we need to.
Do we want to find him, though?
I'll go on ahead as well. I left my people with a considerable amount of work. Your Highness, if you would please accompany me.
Can't I stay with everyone a little longer?
We'll look after your unreasonable princess a little longer. Isn't that easier for you too? We'll make sure she gets to Dongrist.
Very well. But in exchange, I ask that you take the utmost caution. Absolutely no detours, okay?
All right.
Then I take my leave, Your Highness. Until we meet again in Dongrest.
Thank
Now-
you, Flynn.
Is this realistic that he would allow that the knights would let the princess run free all over the place?
Why do you look so sad?
No.
Are you okay?
Like, not even remotely. But I do not in any way, shape, or form consider this to be bad writing. This is, in my opinion, necessary writing to facilitate the narrative. And it's the kind of suspension of disbelief you can buy into, given the fact that, you know, Flynn is an understanding guy. Yeah, no, like, I want to be clear. Is it realistic writing? No, but it fits the narrative.
I was just thinking. I still owe that creep Hideki a good beating.
You got the Blastia back. Isn't that enough?
Yeah, I guess you're right. If I ever cross paths with him, though, he's in for a surprise. Waiting for me in hell. Huh. Why do you have to go and say that?
Because you're a dick. And he's a dick. And you're both going to hell.
Hey, come on already. Let's get back to Dongrest.
Well, I will take my leave from you here.
Off to meet up with your partner?
Partner? Who do you mean?
We'll be operating individually from now on. That way we won't interfere with each other's work.
I see. Well, see you later.
Yeah.
I forgot Judy takes off here too. Not that I mind. Yeah, oh yes, please. Because it makes sense that Judith wouldn't stick around since it was just an Alliance scout of the tower for the most part. So, again, I want to be clear. We haven't gotten to the point in the game
Look,
that
the Knights have come back.
I actually have a lot to bitch about. Like, even when I first played this game, despite me being a little not super hot on how the story was progressing per se, I still really liked it. We're not to the point where the game broke me yet.
This is a plot by the Knights to destroy the Council.
He doesn't know when to quit, does he?
Where's Flynn?
I can't make him out from here.
Don't put a chest there to mock me, game. You're setting expectations that will now never be able to be met. You know, it's also kind of interesting going back to these older games, back before, like, auto-scrolling text was common.
You must not be taken in by the Knights. They only plan to crush this town once you've all been lured into a false sense of safety.
Yeah, also, my name is Mortimer Cheese Nips.
On the honor of the Imperial Knights, I swear that we would never perpetrate such disloyalty.
You're Flynn Schifo.
Yes, and I'm Gilbert and Sullivan.
The Empire and the Union have joined in a treaty of friendship.
What? Impossible.
At this moment, Don Whitehorse and His Highness Yoder are in council together. It's only a matter of time until it's made official.
But how? I thought that cursed Alexei was tied up in other matters.
Yeah, he was tied up in his, you know, kinky BDSM dungeon,
Yes,
but he still has
it is
time
true that
to be,
our commandant could only make a brief
you know,
appearance before
commandant.
returning to the capital.
Then, on whose authority? No! This can't mean my plans have been ruined by this boy!
Technically, your plans were ruined because they were bad.
This will put an end to the suffering of the people of Capua Nor as well.
Here's hoping the next magistrate they get is more of a stand-up guy.
I will do what I can to make sure a worthy person is chosen when I get back to the castle.
Hell yeah.
To the castle? You mean you're going back to the capital, Estelle?
I mean, she is still the princess, and her main goal in leaving was to help protect Flynn.
Yes. With Rago gone, the rest of the castle should have returned to normal.
But you don't really want to go back.
What do you mean?
I can see it in your face.
No,
Well, you should do what suits you best. You've made up your own mind, right?
I will go back. I don't want Flynn or anyone else to have to worry about me anymore.
It's gonna be lonely without her, won't it, Repeat?
Yeah, I'm too cool for that. Sorry, I don't know why I decided to just swap voices, but I'm like, no, I want a different voice for Repeat. Not that I'm really going to have Repeat speak all that often anyway. Cutscene? Yep.
Yuri, it's terrible!
Oh, man. Just let me sleep.
Okay. We're to this scene. I want to be clear. While I have mixed feelings about what's about to happen, this is not definitively the scene that ruins Yuri's character. But it starts the slippery slope, combined with shoddy writing, that really just pushes Yuri down the path of fuck you. Okay. I wasn't looking forward to getting to this point in the game, and admittedly, the game still stays decent for a while longer, but...
Rago!
What did Rago do?
They say he used his standing in the council to reduce his charges! It looks like he's gonna get off with only a minor drop in rank, after everything he did!
This has got to be a joke.
It's not a joke, it's the truth!
So this is how the Empire works now, huh? Damn it, this is not funny.
What do we do, Yuri?
I don't know.
How can he not get punished? Wait, if we tell Estelle, maybe she can do something about it!
Hey, don't go giving the princess too much trouble. Damn it, what's Flynn doing anyway?
There's probably not much he can do in this situation, Yuri.
I wonder if he's at his post right now.
Because it's been established heavily that the council and the knights are very different with separate...
Doesn't anyone knock anymore?
You knew I'd be coming. That outfit.
As of today, I've been assigned the post of captain.
So, the birth of the Flynn Brigade, huh? Looks like I've been one-upped again.
If that's how you feel, you should come back to the Knights. You'd be able to...
Don't waste your breath. Congratulations on making captain.
Thank you. You didn't come down here to celebrate my promotion.
No, I didn't.
It's Rigaud, isn't it? Appropriating Nor Harbor for his own purposes? Committing treason by his collusion with Barbos. Add to this stealing from the populace and the extermination of even his own people, simply because he didn't like them. The people he killed were either fed to monsters, or sold to those who will pay money for corpses.
Sick bastard.
That he should be able to do those things, and not have to answer for them. The authority of the Council is far more powerful than I'd imagined. I thought with this promotion to captain that I'd gotten a bit closer to my goal, but I have to face the fact that the law can't even punish a single person like Rigaud.
You know it doesn't end here. You'll climb even higher until you can make the right changes.
True, but many people will continue to suffer in the meantime, needlessly. When I consider that,
Don't go flying off the handle and smacking him around. The progress you made would all be for nothing. If he's above you, you go even higher, and then...
This is... okay. I like this scene. Like...
Yes. Someday I'll create a legal order that treats everyone with equality. I have to.
Good. And I'll do things my own way.
Yuri?
How would you go about punishing the villains that the law can't touch?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
It seems I may have gotten a little careless when I thought Alexei wouldn't be around. Flynn Scifo, that impertinent upstart. This is a grudge I won't soon forget. I will bring down the full authority of the Council on you. Ah! What the? It's you. Do you intend to harm me? I'm a member of the Council, you know. I could crush you with a single command. You won't get away with this.
The laws and the Council may have let you go, but I'm afraid I can't do that.
Ah! Stay back! I was so close. De Nomos.
That's important. Remember that? He said that. Okay. This is the turning point for the game. Because Yuri just crossed a line. But I don't think he was necessarily... Let's get back to when I actually have control, and then I'll talk about this. Oh, this cutscene. I forgot this happened right here.
It's too bad we gotta split up.
Please, come visit the castle anytime.
He'll really come if you say that.
What? Didn't she just invite me?
Huh. Idiot.
With the treaty, it'll become easier for guild members to enter the capital.
That's right.
Princess, we should be going.
Oh, yes. I promise to do what I can about Rigaud, to see that he gets the punishment he deserves.
Princess, you should know.
What?
You see... Lord Rigaud has not been seen since last night. We do not yet know the details. His whereabouts are being investigated as we speak.
What could this mean?
Maybe he got scared and ran away. Well, I guess I'll be going too. I want to check out stuff like those air credit. When I finish my analysis, I'll, pay a visit to the capital too.
Rita clearly has feelings for Estelle, and honestly, I ship Estelle with her more than I do Yuri or Flynn. She has more chemistry with Rita.
I'm looking forward to it. Okay then, see ya!
Again, I know the in-universe explanation is they're the first two real friends they've had, but, or they're the first friends that, you know what I mean. But I'm like, no, now that I'm older, now that I'm more open to the LGBT, because when I played this, I was still super, super, super Mormon. Now that I'm more open to LGBTQ, no, they give they have more romantic vibes to them, especially compared to Flynn or Yuri.
That sounds like a good idea.
Your Highness.
Sorry, I'm ready now.
Shouldn't I go get Yuri?
No. I wouldn't want to wake him.
All right.
Well, this is it.
Yeah. I hope we see each other again.
Again, I do like this with the whole
Yuri, are you awake?
making it very clear they're all splitting up, even if something happens to stop it, because, I mean, yeah, we have all accomplished our goals, and now we do need to kind of, well, sort of. The Stell saved Flynn, Yuri got the Blastia back. Yeah, so this does kind of, I like that there's this bit where it does kind of seem like it's final. So I guess for the lack of setup for the next plot twist does work for what happens next, but I still prefer how Symphonia handles things.
Estelle and Rita already took off.
Oh,
If you hurry, you might still be able to catch her.
I can meet them anytime I want.
Jeez, Yuri. Fine, if that's how you're gonna be.
Yep. Yeah.
Even
now,
if I did go, it would just make it harder for them to leave.
okay, now Yuri's gone head first, and so it's a turning point for a number of things. First of all, the tone. It got a lot more serious, obviously, because Yuri just committed murder. I have no we'll get to that. But Yuri starts going. He gets even edgier than he was before and moodier, and I get that it's because he's wrestling with, you know, his conscience because he's now committed murder, but they go too far.
What the?
The other thing is, again, to compare it to Tales of Berseria, Velvet goes pretty dark too.
Monsters.
But they make sure to make it clear that what Velvet's doing is wrong. And, spoilers, Velvet does eventually have to pay for her actions. Spoilers too, Yuri never does. It's one of the reasons why I hate this game. Yep.
Carol, any idea what that thing is?
I don't hate this thing, but I do. He is part of one of the conversations that broke the game for me.
I've never seen anything like that before. It's coming down!
Come on, Carol.
What? Hey, wait!
Because this character... Because, yes, that's not a monster, that's a character.
Just when I get to relax, I get dragged into another mess.
Yuri, fate really is out to get you.
Hey, it's not all my fault. You had a role in this too.
But I never ran into gigantic monsters or got arrested by knights before I met you.
Well, things didn't go bad for me until I left the capital with Estelle.
So that means...
Drop it. Keep moving.
Okay, like I said, now that I have control, I need to talk about that scene. I don't think, narratively, at least the way the story was going, Yuri killing Rigaud was a bad thing. Rigaud was so cartoonishly evil, he needed to die. Like, that is just the reality of the situation. Like, they listed all the charges, like everything he was doing, killing his people, you know, killing people for his own amusement, yada, yada, yada. Bringing him to justice, like having him arrested, is not the correct course of action. And given the fact that he was able to maneuver his political power to get out of consequence, yeah, the system is so broken, it needs, yeah, something like he never would get punished. Plus, given the fact that he was going to do everything he could to ruin Flynn's career and keep him from moving up, he needed to be removed. And honestly, if the game had really leaned in, it does, it doesn't, it's complicated. I'd be okay with it, because it'd be Yuri being like, look, Flynn needs to stay in the Knights and rise in the ranks and do things the right way, but it's never going to happen as long as these truly evil people are in power. So, game, why'd you do that? Game, that's concerning. That is a little concerning, but we're back. And it could be like, I'll bear these sins because I'm not the hero that the world needs, or something like that. It could have worked. But that's not how the game presents it going on. Oh, shit. That's very concerning. I really hope that's not the Elgato giving out. But let's keep going for now. There we go. But, yeah. That's not what we get. Just spoilers. Because Yuri never receives any real consequence for killing people, and acts pretty high and mighty about it later.
Yuri, protect Her Highness!
Yuri, look!
This way, foul fiend! Why is it just ignoring us?
Probably because you're not a threat to it. There we go.
Is it coming for me?
The Commandant. But why is he here?
Our finest knights. I am left with no choice. We will stop this beast with the help of Heracles. Yuri, wait! There's nothing more you can do.
You can't prove that.
You expect me to stand by while that thing makes a snack out of Estelle?
The insipid poison of this world must be purged.
It can speak. Who are you? Yuri!
You're safe.
And you did nothing to achieve that. I do like this cutscene because it's very pretty. Also, where did that come from? Like, that thing is huge. There is no way it just happened to sneak up, you know? I also really like the touch of, like, whenever there's an explosion, like a glyph appears. It doesn't make a ton of sense, but it's very visually impressive.
Heracles!
And pretty cool.
Whoa, we gotta get out of here!
I'm going to leave the city and continue my journey.
What do you mean?
If you're going back to the capital, you shouldn't keep Flynn waiting. It's for you to decide.
Then
I don't remember if this was animated.
I want to continue the journey as well.
I don't think this scene was animated in the original Xbox release. I think this was all, don't quote me on that, but I think it was all done in engine. Because I know, like,
Now that's what I wanted to hear.
because I think, I could be wrong about, because, like, Tales Symphonia remastered, well, not the remaster that we just got last year or 2 years ago, but when it was remastered for the PlayStation 3, then again, they could have done this in the PlayStation 2 version as well, but we never got the PlayStation 2 version in America, so it doesn't matter. They added a number of additional animated sequences, so that I really remember that happening in engine. Again, I could be wrong, but
Don't! It's too dangerous!
Look who's talking.
I'll be fine. You go on ahead.
Come on, quickly!
My, you're a stubborn one. Huh? Why is it taking off?
Yuri! Lady Estelise! Wait!
Here comes the cavalry.
I'm sorry, Flynn. I realize now I can't just go back to the capital. There are too many things I still need to know.
Surely after returning to the capital, you can...
The voices of the people suffering in Nora Harbor never reached the capital. I won't achieve anything if I'm not willing to approach these problems head-on. I've come to realize that during my travels. That's why I have to keep going.
Your Highness!
Flynn, get this core back to the lower quarter.
Yuri!
I won't be going back to the capital anytime soon. I'm going to start up a guild. Give my regards to Hanks and everyone else.
Yuri!
A guild? So that's what you meant by doing things your own way.
That and murder.
Yeah, I finally made up my mind.
That's fine, but what about Princess...
Take care, Flynn.
Yuri!
I suppose I should have talked to you first, but here's to our new guild, Carol.
Right!
All right, let's go. If we hang around here much longer, some of those knights are bound to come after us.
Again, he does get moodier at this point forward. At least his big brother vibes with Carol don't. Like, we are officially getting to the point where Yuri becomes my least favorite character of all time. But again, I do still want to acknowledge the good points while they're there, you know?
That huge flying monster actually talked, right? You ever heard of a monster like that?
I've never seen or heard of anything like that. I don't think anybody in the Hunting Blades has.
Man, first that thing at Cair Bakram and now this. The world's just full of surprises. I don't care how many lives you have, it wouldn't be enough to fight that thing.
Yeah, not even I feel like taking on a monster like that.
Wow, it's almost like they randomly were calling attention to that thing, that, you know, creature we encountered in Cair Bakram, even though there was really no reason to do so, as if the game's trying to tell you, oh yeah, the giant turtle creature and that, you know, vulture thing are more than a little related. Fancy that. Yes. Oh, yes. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what I was talking about. Like, so I'm not new. The story's going in a new direction,
Get out of town,
but they haven't really set up what we're doing next. That's kind of what I'm talking about. I don't outright think that's a prop, because Yuri doesn't even return the Blastia to the capital, which was his whole goal going forward. And while, yes, we need to figure out what's the deal with that monster, we need to figure out what the heck Ding Nomos is, etc., we don't have a clear goal going forward. And that's kind of what I mean by this game has way more disjointed storytelling than some of the other Tales games. Now, to be fair, I do think the way its story is presented is better than the way Tales of Graces did, even if I do prefer Graces to this game, because Graces moved at a breakneck pace, so anytime the plot developed, you had no fucking clue what was happening. This game, its story moves at a snail's pace, and while the twists are not always properly built up, they're at the very least explained better, or at the very least they get explained I don't know.
So, why is Judith coming along with us anyway?
Great question.
With the circumstances being what they are, this is just how things turned out.
Plus, Estelle dragged her along.
I don't mind a few extra travel companions, but we do need to put in a little more effort.
Just how far are we going?
I guess Heliord's our closest destination, so at least until there.
What? Should we rest a little once we get out of the city?
Agreed.
Okay, now let's get moving.
Hey, you mind if I ask a question? I need to be sure of something.
What is it?
That big monster we saw? It was talking, right? Like our language.
Yes, I heard it with my own ears.
You all heard it too? I guess it wasn't my imagination after all.
Who's ever heard of a monster that speaks a human language?
Just what is that monster?
So we're supposed to go to Heliord, which is this way.
What happened to taking a break?
It's probably a good time. Looks like no one is following us anymore.
How can you tell?
Intuition, I suppose.
Intuition?
Anyway, we should be fine here. Let's rest for now.
Does anyone have a tent?
When we have time to take a longer rest, we've got to decide a few things about our guild.
What is it with you and taking breaks?
What do you hope to accomplish by starting a guild?
Accomplish?
I want our guild to become really big, and then someday we'll follow in the Dawn's footsteps and protect Dawngrest ourselves. That way, I can show him my gratitude for all the years he's defended the city.
That's a wonderful dream, Carol.
I'll just stick with the boss here.
Huh? Boss? Me?
You were the first one to bring up this crazy idea.
I guess you're right. So, what's the first order of business?
To calm down.
Yeah!
You make guilds sound like fun.
Why don't you join the guild as well, Judith?
I wonder. Do you think they'd let me?
They're standing right there, just ask them.
The most important thing is obeying the guild's laws. Those who break the laws will be severely punished, even friends or family.
I realized Judith's belt doesn't make a ton of sense, because it goes under her loincloth thing. Huh. And it goes to... Yeah, I'm just going to say, I don't like Judith's... The more that I look at it, I really don't like Judith's design very much.
The laws are the source of a guild's pride.
It's not the worst design I've seen, but I don't care for it one bit.
No one can be admitted without making a solemn pledge to uphold them.
And no, it's not because it's too revealing. It's too revealing combined with looking impractical. Like, because, for example, one of my least favorite female character designs of all time is Camilla from Fire Emblem Fates. And honestly, that design is more conservative than some that I've seen, especially compared to, like, say, Mortal Kombat or Soul Calibur women. It's just, the outfit bugs the fuck out of me because of how impractical it is in a lot of ways. There's a villain in Tales of Xillia. The design would be fine if it wasn't for just one way that she's animated in engine, because she has a very open outfit that goes from her neck down to her pelvic area, but the way it's drawn, it goes way too far down, so it's like, I should be seeing this woman's vagina. So it's like, I can't find it sexy because I'm just like, that's so impractical and her physiology makes no sense now, you know?
Everybody's supporting each other and always acting with the interests of the guild in mind, striving to always do the right thing while punishing those who don't.
What do you mean?
All for the guild and the guild for all.
You're not the Three Musketeers!
Do justice and punish the unjust.
Everyone's opinion will be valued, so long as it doesn't go against these laws.
Yuri, that's just what
I'm taking credit for it, though.
Right, boss?
All for the guild and the guild for all. Yeah! That's it. Those are our laws.
We need more than that, but okay.
It looks like these will be my laws from now on as well.
Sure it's okay to make up your mind like that?
Yes. You've got me curious. All for the guild. I like the way that sounds.
Well then?
I pledge to uphold the laws. For the guild's sake. And my own.
Also, I'm just looking... Also, I'm bored and I need something to do this Monday.
How about your partner?
Thanks for your concern, but it's all right. He won't mind.
Your partner?
A friend I was traveling with earlier.
Huh. I didn't know you had someone like that.
Yeah, because none of you really stopped to ask about Judy or anything at all except for Rita.
Okay, so from today on, we'll be your new partners, Judith.
I look forward to it.
Me too.
Then, I...
Okay, let's call it a day for now.
Yeah, I almost forgot how sore I am.
Yeah, a campfire scene. I usually really like these in Tales games. And
Repeat.
Okay, honestly, I like this one too, but...
You're keeping watch too, huh? So, we started a guild. We're a motley crew, but it should be interesting. You're our number 2. Try not to give the boss too much of a hard time. You should get some rest too.
So I don't remember...
Thanks.
I think...
For what?
You're staying up to keep watch, aren't you?
Nah, not at all.
You're so evasive.
You're one to talk.
Huh. Weird. I always thought I was pretty straightforward.
Seriously? You haven't even given your real reason for joining our guild.
I joined because I wanted to.
That's it?
No. So long as they don't go against the laws of the guild, everyone's wishes are respected, right? Don't worry. I said I'd uphold the laws, and I will. But in my own way.
All right. Well, I'll get you to tell me the real reason eventually. So it was a coincidence that you were in Dawngrest?
Yes, I was. That's the truth. Isn't it lovely?
Sure. Lovely.
Thanks.
For keeping watch?
For talking.
So do you kind of see what I mean? That Judith is not a hateable character, but she just feels kind of nothing to me.
Oh, Yuri.
Hey, you're not asleep?
No? Is something the matter?
No. I was just trying to think of what our next move should be.
Yes. I didn't even think I'd be able to continue traveling with you.
And you probably shouldn't be, not that I'm
I'm
complaining.
still trying to decide if I should. You're really gonna put your all into this guild, aren't you?
Just until Monday.
I'd like to say I'm just gonna go with the flow, but I went and bragged to Flynn about it. I guess I can't slack off now.
Except I will after Monday.
Carol certainly seems happy. I'm a bit jealous.
Oh, don't worry, you won't be jealous of him on Monday.
Oh, does Her Majesty the Princess wish to join our humble guild?
Well, the registration is open until Monday.
If I asked you to let me in, would you let me in?
I repeat my previous statement.
If you've thought about this and it's your decision, I won't try to stop you.
Hey, Muffin. That's one girl with a lot of skin, a lot of flexibility in their adventuring. Hey, Muffin, how's it going? You're not wrong.
Yeah, you're right. I should really give this some thought.
Yep. You have until Monday.
Don't think too hard about it.
Because thinking's a dangerous pastime.
How can I decide?
I can't decide whether you should live or die. Okay, Carol, my boy.
What, you're not asleep?
Nah, I've been trying to think of a name for our guild.
I really like this conversation with Carol. It's pretty damn funny.
I'm gonna think of something really cool.
Sure, I can't wait.
Yuri?
Hmm?
I was thinking about this. We made our guild without first swearing allegiance to its laws, didn't we?
Well, yeah, but I kind of did that on purpose, Carol.
Yeah, but did that earlier today, right? So no worries.
Yeah. Yuri?
Yes.
What is it?
Did you just make those laws up, or did you hear them somewhere?
No, I absolutely 100% plagiarized them.
They just came to me. Why, were they no good?
No, they were definitely
Oh,
plagiarism.
no, not at all. It's just... those were the exact same laws I'd been thinking of.
Oh, so you were going to plagiarize
I'm really
them too.
happy that I was able to make a guild with you, Yuri.
Plagiarism is great.
What a thing to say. Don't get all mushy on me.
Hey, mushy makes the world go round.
What now?
I thought of a name!
Oh boy.
The Super Ultra Courageous Braves!
Oh, Carol. You can't name for shit.
That sounds like a name Captain Carroll would come up with, definitely. Let's go with that then.
Like I said, this is Yuri's relationship with Carol is one of his few points that I can't complain about. You can tell he probably thinks that's a stupid name, but he's not discouraging Carol. So, yeah. I'm going to probably very fast time going. I'm doing all right. Heading home after helping at day camp where children between 10 and 14 get left. We take care of them and teach them stuff. Hey, sounds fun. That sounds fun. I used to go to day camp during the summer when I was younger.
Right!
Hey. Is that everything? Yeah, well, I don't disagree, but I'm not 100% I talked to everybody. Hey, Judy. Yes, Are we eternally trapped camping? I mean, that would be one way to bring an end to this series. Oh no, it's just
What's that? Are you saying I should just trust you to keep watch for us? Alright, I'll get some rest then. Thanks, Repeat.
Said I'm a volunteer, not paid employee like other people there, but it's because I know of people there and I asked to be helped. Still, I get ya.
I hope we can find some work to do now that we've made our guild.
And no work was found for the guild.
Easy, Tiger. So, Estelle, what are you gonna do?
Murder?
I want to go looking for that talking monster.
To murder?
If it was me he was after, I want to find out why.
And then murder.
Don't feel like you'll be able to rest easy till you find out, huh?
And murder.
But how will you do that? How can you look for a monster if you have no idea where it is?
Let's just burn the whole fucking world to the ground then. That'll get it.
I thought you were in charge of all the monster-related information.
Don't ask me! Even I'd never seen anything like that before.
Then what good are you? I'm kidding.
That was no monster. His name is Pharaoh.
Do you know about him?
I saw him earlier when I was traveling with my friend, and it was my friend who knew his name.
Why would your friend know the name of something like that?
They're friends on Tinder.
Where did you see it?
It was on the Désir continent, in the sands of Kogor.
That's the continent to the southwest of Tolbikia, the continent of Désir, the desert.
You don't just go marching off to a desert because someone saw a monster.
I spy with my little eye something beginning with bad idea.
He's right, you know.
I wonder if that fairy tale could be...
Beg pardon.
Fairy tale?
Something I read at the castle. A tale about a monster that speaks, who lives in the sands of Kogor.
There are always stories like that. Like the one about the monster in the sea who talks to people.
I think you've got it backwards.
Backwards?
Such creatures do exist, but they have simply become the stuff of legend.
It's like the saying, where there's smoke, there's fire.
Yeah, but are you thinking of going all the way to a place like that alone, Estelle?
Huh? Well,
If we don't keep up this little bodyguard operation, she'll really march off on her own. What do you think? Let's take this as our first guild assignment.
Hey, you're right! We'd be breaking our own laws if we let her go alone.
Yeah, you know, the laws things are still not fully... Like, the only law you've said is all for the guild and whatnot, but, yeah, leaving her to die, there doesn't appear to be anything in that. Yes, I know they're probably saying, like, we'll bring justice and blah, 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 blah. But you only said that once, but you said all for the guild, like, 3 times, so that's what's mentally going to stick in my brain, and that's what I'm going to harp on.
That's right.
But if this is a real job, we'll have to charge Estelle our fee.
We yes, our fee is cookies and good vibes.
Oh, we don't need to worry about something like money, right?
Cookies and good vibes!
Nope, no exceptions. Money is a necessity for running a guild.
Cookies and good vibes.
I'm afraid I'm a bit short on funds at the moment.
That's okay. Luke accidentally downloaded a DLC that, gives us more money than we ever could need, so we'll be fine.
In that case, why don't we just figure something out later?
Like cookies and good vibes!
I'll pay the fee, I promise. So let's all go together.
We're all in this
Okay,
together.
looks like that settles it.
This way we can all continue the journey.
Oh, so you don't actually plan on paying, you're planning on... Oh, you really are planning on paying in good vibes.
All right, super ultra courageous braves, fall out!
What is that?
Huh? That's our guild's name!
We can't go with that. We need something easy to say that has a real snap to it.
Oh, really? Well...
How about something like... Brave Vesperia?
Sacre bleu! You mean a Tales game where the title actually directly ties into something in the story? Is that allowed? Actually, all joking aside, it is interesting to me. Just Tales titles kind of in general. Because, like... There's only 2 Tales games that I know of. 3 Tales games that I know of that the title actually ties into the story. At least something like in universe. And like Tales of Vesperia. You know what, shall I...
It's the star that gives off the brightest light in the night sky.
The brightest star! Cool!
Brave Vesperia. I like it. Let's stick with that.
Okay, that settles it. Let's get to Torim Harbor and charter a boat. We're off on an ocean voyage to the continent of Désir.
Didn't you want to take a break at Heliod?
Who needs it?
Either way, we can't get to Torum without passing through Heliod.
I'd also like to see how they've been doing since the Blastia went out of control.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
All right, we'll just stop in for a quick look around the city.
Okay.
So, first to Heliod, then from Torum to Desier by boat.
Okay, I'll try again. Brave Vesperia, fall out!
It's like in this game, it's Brave Vesperia is the name of the guild and the name of a star. You do also eventually find out that the star is named after a
Yuri, I was
mythical
a little
hero,
surprised to hear
I think.
that you're starting a guild.
Well, it's not like I'll be doing it all on my own.
Did Carol give you the idea?
Yeah, but I've been thinking about it myself for a while now, too. I quit the Knights to find my own way of doing things. But I hadn't done anything.
What Flynn said to you back in the port town, that got to you, didn't it?
Nothing that guy says could get to me.
Bullshit.
He doesn't have to
Everything
admit
he
his
says
feelings,
gets
does
to
he?
you.
No.
But the other Tales games that I know of that the names actually are mentioned in universe is Tales of the Abyss, because the Abyss is a big part of the story. I won't spoil it, even though you find out pretty early in the game. And Tales of Hearts. And Tales of Hearts, to be fair, the title has sort of a double meaning, because on the one hand, it is, the game is very much about delving into people's hearts and souls, in a sense, to help them overcome. I mean, honestly, when I first started playing the game, I actually thought like the monsters you were fighting were meant to be like physical manifestations of depression. So it's like, oh, is the game about fighting depression? And no, they didn't really like this game. They introduced an idea early in the game, but they didn't stick with it throughout the through line, so it didn't really. Anyway. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I have not played Tales of the Tempest. I've started it, but I didn't get very far, so I don't know if there's actually a Tempest in. Okay, but I didn't get very far. I played the tutorial fight, but then.
Oh my. Doesn't the city seem less busy than before?
Because like Tales of Symphonia, the Symphonia is, taken from symphonic. It, it's meant to symbolize, oh, it's a story about harmony and balance and whatnot, even if the term Symphonia is never once mentioned in game. Tales of Xillia is called Tales of Xillia because the game was dubbed the Xillia Project, so they just call it Tales of Xillia, but beyond that, the name Xillia has nothing to do with the game. I have no idea what Zestiria, Berseria have to do with anything. Tales of Fantasia, I don't think the world is actually called Fantasia, so I think it's just Fantasia is just a name used for fantasy worlds. I've seen in like a couple pieces of media. Tales of Destiny, I think it's just meant to be I haven't played it, so don't quote me on this. It's a broad sense. There's a game called Tales of Innocence, and I'm hoping, and it stars younger kids. At least the characters I've seen in Tales of Innocence are a lot younger, like around Carol's age compared to most Tales games. So I'm assuming, don't quote me on this, it's a game about younger kids, who were innocent prior to the game, if you know what I mean. Anyway.
Yeah, this place has gotten a lot more ghost towny.
Now that you mention it, maybe.
Huh? What's wrong?
In Dawngrest, I heard that the construction work here is so brutal that tons of people have been fleeing. I don't know if that's true or not, though.
Huh, interesting. She has to do something about it.
What do you mean?
You can see it on her face.
If that's the case, we should go to the inn and have a strategy meeting first. After all, we need to go check on the Blastia, too.
Yeah, and it's not like Estelle can just let things go.
You can't just ignore people's problems, can you?
I know.
So then, let's go! To the inn!
He sure is getting into it.
He's so happy that he was able to start a guild with Yuri.
Hey, it's not like I did this just for Carol's.
But you care about his feelings, don't you?
Yeah, well, come on, we should
I mean,
hurry
you'd
to the inn.
have to, otherwise you would have offered an alternative guild title. You care about his
We
opinion.
picked a name, made laws, got our first job. We're a pretty respectable guild now.
But are 3 members really respectable?
Why not? The Darkwings, the famous thieves guild, they only have 3 members too.
Quality over quantity.
Too many people get to be a headache, and I prefer a small group. But you can't follow in the Dawn's footsteps and defend Dongrist without a few more bodies.
Yeah, I guess. But if we just put 1 foot in front of the other, I know we'll be big someday.
So then you're saying we can take it easy?
No way! We gotta give this guild 110%!
Aye, aye, Captain.
No.
Put 1 foot in front of the other.
Alright, shut. Alright, because I didn't have Judith in the party when I came through here. Oh, that's new. I don't own that. I don't own that. Or... Magic Mist. No. Nope. Nope, still learning that skill. Oh, I should synthesize some, boots for her. I don't think you got anything. Okay, who was the other person? Was it Estelle who could wear the pointed hat? I could have sworn to God there was like 3 people who could all... Oh, it was Rapide. My bad. Let's see. Oh wait, no, I want this. Yeah, alright. Okay, we're getting that just because that looks amazingly, wonderfully silly. Actually, I'm curious. What a bastard. I don't think I'm done learning skills from that, so I don't want to do that upgrade just yet. At ease. That can be only one. Interesting, they felt the need to... It's the Star Rod. We can get all Paper Mario up in here. Wait, what's the difference between these subcategories? You make no sense, game. Explain, America. Explain! Right. I'm pretty sure it's just for... I could have equipped from that screen. She's got plenty to work with now. Good night. Sleep tight. And pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer. Man, I'm a murderer.
I guess I can't let things go either.
Yeah, but what do you mean in this particular context? Hey, you know what's on my mind? Murder! Okay, what... I don't understand what's happening in this particular context, you know? Oh, hey, Judy. What you doing out here?
Late night stroll?
The scenery here reminds me of home.
Huh. Your home must be in a pretty place then.
I just mean that it's up high like this and has a good view. Not that I have a problem with heights.
Yeah, I guess you wouldn't, riding around on that monster.
His name is Baul. And he's not a monster. And it's not only because he can fly. We've been together ever since he saved me during the war.
War? You mean between the Empire and the guilds?
This world always seems to be ravaged by some war or another.
War. Who? What is it good for?
Yeah, I guess so. It was you who attacked Estelle here earlier, wasn't it?
You're pretty sharp if you were able to tell who it was I was after.
I'm just that kind of guy. Pharaoh also appeared because of Estelle. Is there some connection between them, between him and your partner?
It's hard to explain.
But you won't deny it, that you would come for her.
I'm afraid I'm not very good at lying.
All right, I won't ask any more questions. But if it
probably
looks like
should.
you're going after her again...
You needn't worry. I won't be doing that sort of thing anymore. You have my word.
And that's another, again, kind of a strong point, I guess, where it feels like this game, more than any other Tales games, is blatantly reusing things from Symphonia. Because, again, Sheena, another character who wore mostly purple, I know I have her in red right now, so shut up, started going after the... Because, like, I do feel in many ways... Is the stream? Shit. That's not good. I might need to end the stream just due to technical difficulties.